Hi everybody, this is Sherry at Grace to Grow Garden. I hope you're having a great day. I sure am. I'm out here finally transplanting my tomato plants and hopefully some peppers. Today is Sunday. I'm not sure of the date. I think it's April 25th today. And I was just going to show you how I use 5-gallon food safe, food quality buckets to grow tomatoes in, and what all I put in there. So this is a celebrity tomato. It's supposed to do really good in my zone 8, and as you see, he's had a really rough start. Everything I started, I told you earlier, was attacked by aphids. So I've worked really hard to get rid of the aphids, but I'm still going to take a lot of preventative measures. So let's plant this tomato. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a good sized hole in here, and I just push the dirt back. Not there. We'll get to that little packet of seeds in a second. Okay, so now this is blood meal, and I'm going to put blood meal in the hole, and I'll water it in. And when I plant anything, I always fill the hole with water. You see it's going down really quick, and the soil is, we've had lots of rain, so the soil's even wet, but it's draining great. So that's kind of a good check for that as well. So now, let me grab my tomato. This guy. Yeah. You can see he has a seed came up. I'm going to go ahead and just try to get the whole thing in there and see how it goes. So I put the blood meal in there so far. And here's what we have. He's got a good root system. I think he'll be fine. He just needed to be relieved of the pest. And nice white roots. So I'm going to plant him in here. Let's see. With that little guy. I want to plant him up pretty high. I don't know if this guy's going to make it or not into the planting. These little ones he's got a nice root system though. So I might just stick him in there in a second. Put him here. I hate for him to be in the sun with roots out. Put him down here by that garlic. All right, so I'm going to put this one back in. And if I wanted to, I could have covered this whole stem up in dirt. It'll make roots. So there we go. He's in there. So I'm going to get, I know I call him he's and she's. It cracks me up. Get this little one. If it takes off really good, I'll put it over here. If it takes off really good, I will put him in another container. But to get him started, I can leave him right there. Now, we've talked about companion planting and friends of the tomato. I don't think I mentioned marigolds when we talked about that, but marigolds are always good. I have a pot full of marigolds because they reseeded from last year, where they were just by themselves in a pot. So this is where they're at so far. So I'm going to get a couple of these. Going in here. Maybe those two together. So here's the tomato. I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to put this one over here. And those are to deter pests. There's a lot of pests that do not like marigolds. Now I've been putting in, as I've been planting, some chive seeds in, and I think the wind got most of my chive seeds, so I'm going to take what's left in there. I think there were 2 seeds in there. Let me see if I got them. I was actually, don't think you'll never make mistakes. I make mistakes gardening all the time. I actually left the seeds out, and it got under the porch, and it got a little wet with the rain the other day. Rookie mistake, but hey, we're all rookies. Now this is lettuce. I have a bucket over here. I don't know if you can see this bucket over here of lettuces that I've started. Just in a bucket, just put seeds in there. And so I have little tiny lettuce plants to start. Lettuce grows well with tomatoes. I think they're beneficial to each other. So I'm just gonna get some lettuce going in here. Put one over here. So I got those marigolds. I think I'm gonna do 2 of these because these get to be a nice size. This one is a red leaf lettuce, and it's Red Fire, I believe, is which one it is. And a good friend of tomatoes is garlic. So I'm going to grab a couple garlic cloves. We're going to save this tomato for another one. I mean, not lettuce. So I'm going to get a couple garlics going in here because I don't think my chives are going to go. Now, with this garlic, I'm not so worried about getting a crop of garlic. This is in April, so that's late to plant garlic. But since my season's so long, it should be ready to harvest before it gets cold. So if it grows a nice head in here, whether it will or not, I don't know. I'm really just growing it for all of the help it gives tomato plants in keeping bugs away. So I'm just going to stick these down in here, leave about almost an inch above him. He's already coming out, so he's kind of ready to go. And this one's already started sprouting in the refrigerator. And we buy organic garlic, so that makes me happy. Let's see if he'll get out there. Okay, so now let's see, what do we have? We have the little tomato plant. We have lettuces. We have marigolds. What else do I have for this? Now this is worm castings. So this is a great fertilizer. So down there in the roots already we have the tomato, the blood meal. That's a good nitrogen provider. This is also a good nitrogen. Any tomato that you're planting, if you know got a late start and they have, if they're starting to flower, pick those off. I had one down here that was starting to get, that had flowers on it, and I picked those off because right now I want them to just get bigger and establish a root system, and that's what you want to do when you first plant a tomato, whether it's in a container or in the ground. So haven't wiped out this little tomato yet. I tend to do that. So this is a good water-soluble compost, fertilizer. So I wanted these guys to get fertilizer too, these little plants. So there we go. And now I'm going to water it in. So that, make sure I get all that fertilizer, those worm castings in. Worm castings are fabulous. They're mild. You don't have to worry so much about them burning the plant and the roots. It goes really good. See how nice my drainage is in here? My husband and cameraman was so kind as to drill holes in the bottom of these for me. And I have a friend that, gets me more here and there. He has some more holes to drill, but I don't know that he knows that yet. He might know now because he's my camera guy. So there you go. Now I will put compost on, not compost. I will put mulch around all this as well, but not quite yet. I'm not quite there yet. So this is how I plant my containers. I use, I put seeds in some of them. For the chives. Chives and garlic are really helpful to keep pests away. Lettuce is good. They're just kind of good for each other to grow together. So I don't ever really miss a chance to do that. Because, it's the lettuce doesn't like it when it gets real hot. So I'm hoping this will grow and shade the lettuce. And the lettuce will have a chance to grow before it bolts. So we can get good salads. It's one of our favorite things. And the last thing I do is I put my marker in. This is a celebrity tomato, like I told you at the beginning. And so my rule is, because in my beds it gets confusing with so many plants, I always put my tags in front of the plant. So I do the same thing in the buckets, just because that's my rule, and that way I stick to it. So I hope that's helpful for you. That's what I wanted to show you today. I hope you're having a great day. I pray this day is blessed for you. If you like my videos, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.